And welcome to episode 81 of Comics and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Chris.
And I'm Lumpy.
And this is the review show that reviews comics chronologically. Kind of. Alright, I guess we're going into Batman number 16 here. Oh, God. Here we go. It was released May 1943. It was the April-May issue of 1943. The first story was written by Don Cameron, penciled by Bob Kane, inked by Jerry Robinson and George Russo's, and lettered by George Russo's. The second story was written by Ruth Leons Kaufman, a new writer.
Oh, never heard that one before.
Yeah, no, this is the first time I'm seeing it. Penciled by Jack Burnley, inked by Jack Burnley and Ray Burnley, edited by Jack Schiff. The third story was written by Don Cameron, penciled by Jack Burnley, inked by Jack Burnley and Ray Burnley, lettered by Betty Bentley, and then the last story was written by Don Cameron, penciled by Bob Kane, inked by Jerry Robinson and George Russo's, and lettered by George Russo. I'm just looking. It doesn't look like... Wait, who's the other guy that created Batman? Bob Kane and...
Bill Finger.
Bill Finger. Yeah, he didn't write a single one of these stories.
Yeah, I didn't hear his name at all. It was Bill Finger, right? I was really guessing, but I think that's his name.
It's Bill Finger, for sure.
Yeah, I thought it was. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I haven't seen his name in the writing thing for a while now.
Well, because Bill Finger's the one who didn't really get any credit.
Yeah, maybe they just stopped writing his name on there.
No, but he's still writing at this time, I think. It's just odd that he hasn't done a story in a while. I don't know why I'm deviating like this. I don't know why this is... I'm just looking at the next one.
I mean, it is interesting that he's not in it, you know?
He didn't write any of the next ones. And he didn't... Oh, he wrote one story. Oh, he wrote the stupid Nazi one in the last Batman one.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
That was your favorite
The one that pissed you off? Yeah, the one that pissed TJ off.
So, he's still around. It's just, I guess, I mean, like we said it a lot on the show, but they had trouble keeping up with the writing stuff, so maybe he's just not able to keep up. I don't know. Whatever. Let's go into this proper, I guess.
Well, did these guys have, like... So comics weren't, like, high-paying jobs at the time. I mean, I wonder if these guys were, like, doing this on the side or something. That would be something I'd be curious about.
No,
like
I'm sure.
Their regular jobs?
Yeah, like if they had other things that they did besides this, you know?
Maybe, but Batman at this time was pretty popular.
I guess
they probably
by
started
now,
making money with Batman.
Yeah, I would think so by now. By where we are a few years in here, they had to be making some money. But early on, I don't think that they were.
But they would still have deadlines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just struck me as odd looking at it now. Alright, let's go into this proper, I guess. Who wants to do the cover?
I'll do the cover. There's Batman and Robin in the spotlight, guy pointing a gun at him. The end.
Well, what about the red bat?
There is a red bat, and it says a Superman publication. Does it always say Superman publication?
Yes.
It has
does?
been.
It has for a while.
It's been a while
I don't
since
know
we did
why.
Batman.
It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Anyway.
It's a blue background. It's a blue background with a purple floor, and there's a yellow spotlight on Batman and Robin, and they look scared, and there's a guy in a shadow with a flashlight in his hand pointing a gun at him, and the top of the end of the gun looks like it's not for children. Look at the end of the gun.
Looks like a water gun.
No, it looks like the head of
looks like a penis.
Yes.
It does, just the way that the shadowing, and then they drew like it almost looks like it might be a double barrel pistol or something.
Yeah, something weird about it.
I don't see it.
You wouldn't.
Yeah, yours is different.
You skipped over, like, the whole text of the cover, too. No one wants to tell you what the surprise is?
You yelled at us the last time for reading text on the covers. Now we're afraid. You're always yelling at us, DJ.
We're nervous.
We're scared to do anything anymore. Like, every time you start to raise your voice, we cower over here in the corner. It says, surprise! Somebody learns the true identities of Batman and Robin. Who can he be? Guess what? It happens more than once in this one.
Well, we, since this is being released after last week's, we already know the answer.
Yeah, but it's weird because there was one before this one, and the guy, one of the people who they introduce, he was already in one comic before this one came out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, well,
I don't know what you're talking about either.
Anyway,
okay.
this comic is 10 cents still, so.
Yes.
10 cents.
All right. So we're jumping into the first story. The Joker reforms. And this is where I told you don't have to read the long, spoilerly page thing that's up here that's in every comic now.
It is. It's on the splash page of every one.
So, what's happening in the splash page, Lump?
So, the Joker is receiving a medal. There's a banner above him. They're in like an old western town. There's like miners, it looks like, and some townsfolk there, and they're honoring our hero, the most honest man in town. Batman and Robin are looking down from the top of a hotel. There's a mountain in the background, the sun coming up, and war bonds and stamps for victory.
I was waiting for it. Yeah, it's got a little stamp on it that says war bonds and stamps for victory. This comes up again later, too.
It does.
I do like that. Even though they didn't draw giants in this one, they still found a reason to draw Batman and Robin real tiny on the top of the building.
Yep, they had to do that.
Yeah.
And was 1940 just filled with old western towns? Because this isn't the first time Batman and Robin went to an old western town.
I mean, they were still around, right?
You and I argued about this in the past. I think that there were still a lot of them. You think there weren't. I think I'm right. You're wrong.
I don't think there's as many as Batman and Robin seem to be visited in every other comic.
I hate when this happens because I don't know what side I fell on the last time, but this time I think there was. But if you go back and listen, you might find a different opinion from me last time.
This week he thinks there were. I think there were. I think there were little ghost towns all over the place that were still thriving.
You say ghost town. Ghost town means no one's there.
No one lives there, yeah.
Well, it's a very small population. They go over that in this comic. See, all these ghost towns, things like that, when I say ghost town, I mean like what happened was they mined for gold in these towns and then they moved on. But people still settled there. People still lived there. It just wasn't a bustling town like it was when they were mining for gold in those towns.
And when was the gold rush?
This is the same conversation that we had last time. You said it was in like the 1700s, and you were wrong. It ended in like 1930-something.
What, the gold rush?
Yes.
Are you sure?
What, the 49ers are named after?
You're going to make me look again.
Isn't it like 1849?
The gold rush ended in 1855.
Okay. Yeah, because, yeah.
So, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, listen, there was other gold rushes.
Why are you lying? 1934, 3, or whatever.
I will find it.
So anyway, in this, as the narrator explains, this lazy little town of Far Corners hidden deep in the wilds of the Ozark Mountain.
Yeah, definitely in the wilds of the Ozark there was other towns.
There was miners and stuff like that.
Yeah, still.
Oh, man. So, I'm trying to figure out what's happening here.
The Joker's... No, they're in a town, right?
Oh, okay. So, it starts off with a flashback, then jumps it back and forth. That's why I was confused.
Right.
So, they start off in the town in the Ozarks, and this man in shadow is asking a guy on a donkey where the police chief is. So he directs him to the general store and post office, where the chief is playing cards?
Yeah, chess. Something. I'm not positive what they're playing.
And the man comes over and dumps a bag of jewels in front of him and said, I found these. And he thinks it's the jewels that the Joker stole in Gotham City after fighting with the Batman.
Wait, who says that? That must be the loot from the robbery in Gotham City, but I don't think they noted it was what the Joker is.
Yeah, no, but the shadowy figure pulls out a paper and shows the chief of police.
Oh, yeah, he does.
The newspaper that says, Joker flees with stolen gems after battle with Batman.
Yeah.
And then it's revealed that the mysterious figure that gave the jewels to the chief is the Joker himself. Why would the Joker be giving his jewels to the police chief?
And lying. He says he found them near a plane that crashed and burned a few miles away.
Yeah. And Well,
it's
at least
true.
this is...
He's not lying.
And then the narrator talks for like 4 sentences in a box.
Oh my god. Yeah.
He's like, wait, what's this? And, stupid narrator stuff. But, so after that, we jump back in time where Batman and Robin are fighting the Joker and the guys after said jewel robbery. Batman and Robin take down the thugs, but they all get away in Joker's plane. And the Joker's taking them to, because the Joker's flying the plane, taking them to the rest of the loot that they had stored away. And they're about to do it, but the plane starts having trouble. And the Joker's like, jump out. So, it is, because he thinks he's gonna steal the loot out from underneath them, and he's gonna go get it all for himself. But then the plane actually crashes. So, I wasn't sure, was the plane actually having trouble at first, or was the Joker faking it, or was it...
He kind of says, he's like, if I can safely land it. It was actually having problems.
It was still having sputtery problems, yeah.
He thought he was going to be able to make it land.
Oh. Well, he does make it land into a tree and a mountain and an explosion. But in the crash, he was thrown to the plane and somehow miraculously survives. But it's not the first time he was been thrown off of something, so that makes sense. And he wakes up and he doesn't remember who he is. He finds the plane, he finds the jewel, and he finds a paper saying the Joker flees the town with the stolen jewels.
So did the Joker and them guys take this paper with them?
I don't know.
Yeah, that was my only real, because I liked this story, but I was like, how did they get this paper?
I don't know. It's because it seems like that paper was printed pretty quickly from them going from Gotham into the plane.
Yeah, and he would have had to have it in the plane unless he went and bought a paper.
The same day he stole the jewels?
No, it does show him when he gets out of the airplane with the paper in his hand.
Yes, but from the time he steals the jewels...
Yeah, that's what we're saying. So he steals the jewels. Yeah. They flee in the airplane. All of a sudden, magically, there's a newspaper there talking about these jewels that he has.
Oh, okay, I see. The jewel robbery happened at night, and they're flying the plane in the morning, so maybe they bought a paper in the morning.
Oh, okay.
They went home, grabbed the paper, because it was on the step. Maybe it was like a Sunday paper. Maybe it was laying on the step when they got home. They grabbed the paper so they have something to read in the airplane. They jumped in the airplane and they left.
So, which hideout did they go to? The Joker's haunted house or the fun one? Or...
No, it can't be the haunted house because the paperboy would think that was abandoned.
Oh,
somebody's paying the paperboy. The paperboy's not going to show up at some abandoned house.
Okay, I got you.
So
right.
Yeah, it had to be the other one.
Okay.
Hey,
he comes around collecting. Somebody better give him his $3 or he's going to be mad.
Alright, anyway. So the Joker's got the paper and jewels and he's going to go take them to the authorities. He finds a road and he says eventually he's going to lead somewhere. And then the narrator exposits for that, he's got amnesia, which is actually retrograde amnesia, but we're not going to get into that, whatever.
Yeah, that doesn't really work like that either, but anyway, who cares?
Yeah, who cares? Back in Gotham, I'm kind of reading as I'm going because I had read this last week.
Well, that's good. Give him a little peek behind the curtain there, TJ. That's nice. Back in Gotham, Bruce has a robe over his suit for some reason. I don't know why. And him and Dick are talking about the Joker because they let him go, right? He got away.
He got away, but I'm not sure how they realize, because they find a scrap of paper that somehow tells them it bears the name of a town in the Ozarks. Why would they have paper telling them where the loot is?
Well, and they're not even sure if the Joker actually left that, like if they dropped the paper or not.
Right.
So they're going there on a whim.
They found it at the robbery scene, because that's where the Joker was planning on going.
So
this happens all the time.
So let's just recap here. They found a piece of trash that said the name of a place, and they're going there because they're bad detectives and have no other leads.
TJ, for some reason in the 40s, if you were going to do something wrong, you wrote it on a piece of paper, you put it in your pocket. You didn't care about it, and you dropped it at the scene at least every fifth comic book. Yeah.
Yes, all the time. It happens a lot.
I guess I just don't understand. If Batman's got a plane, a car, a boat, and all this stuff, how he couldn't follow the Joker to his plane?
Well, he's got to run back and get his plane.
Oh, okay.
He didn't have it with him,
he still has to hide his identity and stuff too, so he can't just he has to play both sides here, so it takes him a little bit of time.
Okay. Anyway, now they get dressed and turn into Batman and Robin, and they get in the Batplane and they fly to the Ozarks.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Joker's goons are also happen upon far corners in the Ozarks, and they show up in the town where they're having a celebration in town. They welcome their new hero. I don't understand why they're celebrating some guy turning in some jewels.
Because they don't have nothing to do. Because the gold rush is over for 100 years, TJ.
Yes, and this quiet little town is finally going to be on the map. Like, the media is finally going to cover them. They're going to be a known town now because they're handed in these found jewels.
Problem is, they have no idea what the Joker looks like.
Yeah, I mean...
They talk about it, that they don't have a clue what he looks like.
Yeah.
They're going to be known, but they got no newspapers, no radio coverage, no nothing.
Guess what? They're also going to be known as idiots when this all comes out.
Anyway, the celebration's going on, and the thugs are like, what's going on here? And then they bring out their hero, the Joker, and the thugs are like, the Joker must have a plan to swindle these guys for some reason. We'll talk to him later and see what's really going on. Meanwhile, that night, Batman and Robin show up in the town, where a kid is reading about Batman and Robin, I guess. I don't know if he's reading a Batman and Robin comic.
Or maybe he's reading a newspaper. I thought he said he's reading a Batman book.
Maybe. I'm not sure, but we do find out in this comic that the comics about Batman and Robin do exist. So yeah, the kid starts talking about him, and he's telling him about some guy who's brought in the jewels, who stole the Joker's jewels, and then Batman, he directs him to this one guy who is, I guess, is he the chief? I don't know. One guy who takes him to meet the so-called hero, and Batman and Robin find out that it's the Joker. And
he's a hero.
He's a hero. And they're like, what's going on? And the Joker's like, yeah, I just found these jewels. And they're like, Batman and Robin, they're suspicious, but they're not taking them in yet. Essentially.
Well, because they show up and the Joker doesn't recognize them. Like, he's not immediately trying to fight them. Ed Smith, I think.
Ed Smith.
Yeah, but, it's the Joker. He could be faking this whole thing.
He could be, but he's not trying to attack them or nothing. So now Batman's like, okay, we got to play along a little here before we take him in and see
what the hell's going on here.
Yeah.
True. Or you could just take him in because he's escaped from prison. How many times he should be behind jails?
I agree.
To catch the guys who worked with him.
Why? He's the Joker. He's the guy you want to catch.
Well, you got to find out what his other plans are. Maybe he has stuff set up.
Okay. Meanwhile, Batman and Robin come out with the Joker, and his goons sees it, and they think they're arresting him. So they come to the Joker's rescue, but the Joker punches one of them in the face. And then Batman and Robin help the Joker, and they all team up and they beat up the goon.
It's a cool picture, seeing Batman and Robin fighting with bad guys. And the Joker, and Joker on their team.
Yeah, the Joker's punch and Batman and Robin watching them is actually kind of cool.
They're like, they got their hands on their chin, like, what is going on here?
What kind of Twilight Zone is this? Yeah.
But the thugs run away. And so...
Batman and Robin are getting worse and worse at chasing people. Like, all you gotta do is run away from them. They don't even bother to chase you anymore. Well, do you notice this? Like, people run away and they don't come back. Like, they don't even go after them. I just
complained about that 4 pages ago.
Yeah, and they do it all the time.
You guys shot me down for it.
Oh, really? Oh, because, no, that was a different one. That was different.
I literally said the same exact thing, and you guys are like, nope.
We didn't shoot you down. They didn't give us any info on that one. Like, we thought maybe...
they ran away from the crime scene and got in their plane.
Yeah, Batman had to go back and get his plane. That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I told you he has his identity to protect, stuff like that. Right now, he's just Batman.
He's already in the Batman costume, he could chase people. He could run after them.
He was already in his Batman costume when he was fighting them.
But you're not understanding. He can't just chase these guys down. If he does it too fast, then they might get away with other stuff. He's got to find out.
They won't get 13 pages either. They won't get 13 pages.
Exactly. If they arrest everybody right now, it's a 3-page comic and it's over.
Nobody's going to buy this for 10 cents.
Anyway, so after they fight, Joker tells him goodnight, and Batman's like, well, you did save me back there, so that's different from every other time he's tried to kill me, so let's see how this goes.
So if you change, here's my question now. So if you change your ways and Batman realizes you change your ways, he can decide that he can just let you go at this point? Because that's not the first time that happened either. He's like, oh, the guy's better now.
I mean, have you met the Gotham City Police Department? They probably refer to him for everything.
I apologize. The Gotham City Police Department are probably like, you sure, Batman? And he's like, I'm sure. And they're like, okay, whatever you say.
Exactly. So the thugs don't believe that the Joker is reformed, that he's just trying to swindle them, essentially, and they're going to find the loop before he does. Meanwhile, the narrator talks again about dreams and consciousness and stuff like that. The Joker has a dream about the jewels, and he has a feeling he knows where all those other jewels is, and he's going to go find them so that he can give them back to the rightful owners.
Oh my god, he is so much better now. They should probably just let him go.
The guy is reformed.
Yeah,
you know?
That's it. He doesn't even need to go to jail anymore. That's it.
So the thugs see the Joker going into the warehouse, and they bust in after him, and they get into the fight, and then they hit him in the back of the head and knock him out.
So what's that? Joker knockout number 1?
I don't know if I want to keep the Joker knockout.
I will say I don't remember the Joker ever being actually knocked out, so this may be number 1.
But he apparently has the same weakness as Batman and Robin.
Everybody does, apparently. Apparently in the 40s, everybody had a soft spot in the back of their head for some reason. We didn't evolve like a hard skull back there.
Nope, not yet.
So do you remember that scrap of paper they found?
Yeah.
Batman figures it out, what it means. It's the express office all of a sudden because of reasons. Because
because Batman said.
Yeah, essentially. So he shows up and... Good.
He's the world's greatest detective.
He did say Joe Kurzweil, whoever that is.
He did mention the guy's name.
Joe Kurzweil it's an anagram for Joker swag.
So it also still leads to the point that why would they write this stuff?
Actually, it's not even an anagram. It's not even an anagram.
It's just they separate the words a little bit.
Yeah, they put this.
They moved to space.
One, I don't think the Joker's that dumb, but okay. 2, I don't ever see the Joker using the word swag, so...
No.
Anyway, Batman and Robin come home and they beat up the thugs, and then the Joker wakes up, and oh no, he remembers everything, and he picks up a guns and is about to shoot Batman and Robin. But Robin pushes over some crates on top of them, and they find all the missing jewels... And this is
in the
crates. This is where we get the Joker swag reveal. And they arrest the Joker, and the townsfolk are like, "Man, we were stupid. Let's throw another celebration.
Let's celebrate how dumb we are."
And then Batman and Robin get back into their plane, and they can't get over that how the Joker was reformed, even if it was for one day. But Batman says, "There's some good in the worst of men." But it was buried so deep that it took a plane crash to jar it loose temporarily. So, the end.
Where was it?
I liked the concept here.
So
I saw what they were trying to do. I don't know if they pulled it off too well.
Yeah, it was just like then I feel like these stories are like good, and they're like, and then all of a sudden they get like, oh no, we're at page 12. I need to end this. And
just have Robin push over the boxes and we'll finish it off. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, I feel like if it was a little bit longer, they could have done so much more. I don't know. I know I complain about the words, but it's like,
this one,
man, the story was going good, and then it just, it did. They're wordy. But I did like this. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was
felt like all of a sudden they just had to end it. So...
Yeah, I saw what they were going for. It was kind of cool getting Batman and Robin, like, trusting the Joker for a couple panels, you know.
Yeah.
It was pretty basic, but like you said, Lump, the concept of it actually got me thinking about why I like the Joker in the first place.
Yeah, I did. I liked it. It was interesting.
I came to a realization about the Joker and why I don't like the Dark Knight's Joker or even the Jack Nicholson Joker and stuff like that. What bothered me about those ones? Everyone portrays the Joker at his core is just insane chaos thing. But honestly, I think he's as crazy as Batman, the way Batman's crazy. I think he's sane and that he can tell right from wrong, and everything that he does is deliberate. He just chose to be bad, like Batman chose to be good. He's not just some maniac doing things because he can't control it. He knows exactly.
That was my exact problem with the Dark Knight Joker, because they made him too human, where I want him to be like more crazy.
Well, and I think that I agree with TJ, like here, where I don't know enough about the future Batman. So like this Batman and this Joker from this like 40s he is a little bit more of just a normal guy, and that chose to do like bad things and robberies and stuff. But later on, he becomes chaos.
Yeah, I didn't mean human. I meant like they made him human crazy instead of just, I don't know how to explain it.
Psycho. Yeah, psycho crazy instead of...
He's more anarchist.
Yes.
And that stuff.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that's who he is. At the Joker's core, he is a jewel thief.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing.
That's how he started.
Right. That's who he is. He is, and he just, he escalates and escalates because Batman keeps escalating and escalating.
He decides he likes messing with Batman, so let's keep messing with Batman.
Right, and it's like it's not like there's other villains who I think are just plain insane. Like the Riddler is using riddles to trap him in different things.
Yeah.
Whereas everything the Joker does seems like it's deliberate, just like everything Batman does is deliberate.
Okay, I see what you're saying, yeah.
So it's just, I'm not saying he's not crazy, because he's clearly crazy, just like Batman's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just...
Well, Batman is nuts too, right, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, Batman is crazy.
But they're crazy in the same way, they just chose to be on opposite sides of the coin.
Right, one uses his crazy for good, and one uses his crazy for bad.
And I think that's why they work well together.
Right, and this comic here is really show that off. Like, if Joker wasn't who he was, if he lost all that in his memory, he could easily be some guy,
normal person.
Normal person. That when he lost his memory, he wasn't insane, doing stupid things. He was just normal. And this comic made me came to that realization about the Joker, I guess.
I liked it. I liked the comic. I liked the concept. I thought it was really good. I thought it was really neat to see the Joker, that side of the Joker too.
Yeah, me too.
Cool.
Yeah, I just think too many people go too dark for no reason and chaotic with the Joker for no reason.
I agree. I didn't mind the Jack Nicholson one, but I didn't like the Dark Knight one.
Yeah, but like the Jack Nicholson one, even him though, he's like artsy fartsy for no reason. It's like he does things randomly for no reason too.
So now the Dark Knight, I had a little change of heart on that. I don't know if we talked about this or not.
Not on here, at least.
You liked the first one, but not this.
Oh yeah. You did tell us about
the first one and the last one are really good, but the one with the Joker I didn't like.
See, I didn't like the last one.
I just didn't like it.
I didn't like the last one either. I thought the first one was good. I didn't like the second one or the third one.
I did not like the second one at all. But that's for another podcast.
All right, we got appearances in this one. Joker reforms. Batman and Robin. Then it says antagonists. It says the Joker. And then single appearances are Sparky, Nitro, and Kite, right? Then it says other characters, Jeb Johnson. But it doesn't say single appearance for him. Do we know Jeb Johnson?
Do we know
I don't
Jeb
even
Johnson?
remember seeing Jeb Johnson.
Right, I don't know who Jeb Johnson is. Is it the guy from the town and maybe he comes back?
He was probably the sheriff.
Okay, but it doesn't say single appearance, so we see Jeb Johnson again.
But there's also not a link to him.
True. You can't click it. Then it says locations, Far Corners, Gotham City, Wayne Manor. Items, the Gotham Gazette and the Bat Rope, and the vehicles are the Batplane.
So real quick before we move on to the next story, in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, a whole bunch of people started buying up these old gold mining towns. And people started to move into some of them and live in them and stuff like that. That might be why they're popular in these comics. I don't know for sure, but I seen like the one in Nevada was bought in 1940. There was one that was bought in California in like 48 or something like that. So like they were being bought up around this time.
Okay.
I'm trying to rationalize why they're doing so many in here, and I'm wondering if it's something to do with culture or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's stupid, but okay. They needed a town to not recognize who the Joker was for their story to work.
I like gold mining towns.
Me too. Make it Old West all the time. I'm good with
Yes, all, full on. I'd do that.
Bring it on.
And more cowboy jokes.
Just read Jonah Hex then if you want cowboys.
I like Jonah Hex.
You don't have to read Batman for it though.
I want Western Batman.
Don't tempt me, TJ. It'll be Jonah Hex Batman crossover next time we do a hiatus episode because I love Jonah Hex.
I don't care. At least it's better than Spawn.
I just want more cowboy jokes.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think he's done cowboy jokes. He only did pirates.
Okay,
a lot of pirates.
We need cowboy jokes.
Anyway, can we move on?
Yeah, let's.
We still got 3 stories to get through. And the other ones aren't as good as this last one was.
Oh, doesn't it suck that they are?
I don't know.
I agree with TJ on this one.
Now TJ's going to fly through these.
I didn't hate them. I just don't think they're as good as the last one.
I don't know. I like this one.
Alright, so the second story is called The Grade A Crimes. Oh, by the way, all stories are 13 pages. No, they are.
No, I mean, most of them are when we do them. Like, they mostly all are.
I don't think they've changed the page count for them since they were like 8 pages in like the 4th Detective Comics we covered.
I was going to say, I think we did one that was 12.
We did one that was 12, and the others were like 8.
Yeah, but I think since then it's always been 13 pages.
Yeah. Alright, so the Grade A Crimes. Uncle Chris, what's happening in this splash page?
We got Batman written in red with Robin the Boy Wonder, and it's got a black background with a green, like, splash on it. And Batman and Robin are fighting milk guys, and there's a big giant milk jug filled with gems.
Yes. Spoilers!
Yeah, total spoilers. And Batman's bonking somebody on the head with a giant metal milk jug, too, by the way.
Yeah, and Robin sliding down the milk bottle.
Yeah, it is spoilers. But, yeah. I mean, I don't know that I would know what the heck was going on, though, if I hadn't read the comic book.
No, but it does ruin
the ending, because we don't know what's going on. But if you look at the splash page, it's, like, obvious that what's going on up until that point.
I mean, it is called Grade A Crimes, so...
I don't get the pun.
It's Grade A milk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Grade A milk. That's why it's called Grade A Crimes.
Grade A Crimes.
Grade A, like the milk, teacher.
Yeah, Grade A.
I get that. I just don't know what that has to do with Jules or why that...
No, it has to do with milk.
Oh. Yeah, because of the milk.
But that's what I'm saying. It the name of the story itself ruins
I'm talking about where they were hiding the jewels.
That's what I'm saying. But the name of the comic is Grade A Crimes, meaning it's milk crimes.
Okay. I gotcha. I think.
That's all. I'm just saying the name of the story is Grade A, and then there's a milk jug. It's clearly...
Well, it's a milk bottle, but whatever.
We call them jugs.
That's because they're in jugs these days. They're no longer in bottles.
I call it a jug.
This is unimportant.
It's a milk jug.
How many of your unimportant conversations have we had to sit through? Anyway.
A lot. Now, just wait, because we're going to have a lot more, don't worry.
I demand a joke for every comic we do in these stories.
No, I was going to tell you, I've been getting a lot of emails about people that don't like these Batman episodes because they only get one joke. They get ripped off.
Yeah, I want 4 in the Batman.
All right, you want a cowboy one right now?
Yes.
This is what he was doing while we were talking.
Why did the cowboy adopt a Dachshund dog?
He
wanted to get along little doggy. He wanted to get along little doggy.
You did this, Slump, so you're going to have to indulge him.
He wanted to get along little doggy. Get it, a Dachshund?
I actually really enjoyed that. If you couldn't tell by my laugh, that was a genuine laugh.
But you're not getting one at the end of every comic. Sorry, that was the only one you were getting. I got one more for the end, and it's a real zinger. It's a real zinger. Don't worry.
Don't worry. To all our fans out there, I will push for more jokes.
You can't have so many. If you're going to do a long podcast, you're going to have to wait till the very end. It's the cherry on top. You save the cherry, you know?
Then why did we have to suffer through 20 pirate jokes that one episode?
It was Talk Like a Pirate Day.
No, it wasn't.
That was a Grade A joke. That's what I'll say.
Can I start?
I already did the splash page. What more do you want?
So we open up in the dark hours before dawn, where I was going to say milk truck, but it's more like a milk carriage, horse and carriage.
Yeah, there's no truck there.
Is going through the street. Meanwhile, there's cloaked figure running through the street as the cops are going somewhere. And we find out the next morning in the paper that there was a dare and early bird robbery. The van jewels were stolen, and the servant was shot in the back. So, wouldn't all robberies be done during early morning? Or most of them?
Or late at night, I guess.
Or night.
Well, like...
Usually you do it at nighttime because it's dark out, and people don't see it happening.
Yeah,
this
but
guy's doing it while the sun's coming up.
Anything after midnight is morning.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but
yeah.
But they're saying this happened in the wee hours of the morning.
I'll tell you what morning is for me. If I go to bed after midnight, it's still night. When I wake up, then it's morning. That's how it works.
Okay. We cut over to the people that stole the jewels and the mastermind who's hidden behind a domino mask, which... How does no one see through these masks?
Listen, those domino masks have been blocking people's faces for 100 years now, TJ.
But literally, it's all he's wearing. He doesn't have a hat. He doesn't have nothing. The rest of his head is exposed.
He's even
when I saw this
his regular mustache. Like, yeah.
Yeah, he literally only has his eyes covered. Even his nose and stuff is technically
He's
out.
even wearing the same clothes he usually wears.
Yeah, he has his suit on.
Anyway, as per usual, the crimes continue on for days.
These guys ain't just stealing stuff, though. They're killing people when they go in there. They're shooting people.
I would say this one, people die.
Yeah.
People die here.
And they keep stealing more and more stuff. But then one night, as Bruce and Dick are leaving a party, I guess, they hear gunshots, because of course they do.
Does Bruce take Dick to these parties where they don't end until like 4 a.m. and shit?
Well, yeah, because...
I mean, what the hell? Dick's like 8 years old. He can't be up all night. Bruce is up there getting drunk.
It's just the way you said it. Does Bruce take ridiculous. Dick to these parties?
Oh, yeah, we can't talk about that.
What do you think they're doing when they're Batman and Robin? They're out all night.
Yeah, but he's got a costume on. It's different.
Oh, okay. I think he takes them with them because they're going right from there to go out patrolling.
Well, and this one... Well, we'll get to it, but they change very fast in this one for some reason.
Well, they hear the gunshot, and then all of a sudden, they're just Batman and Robin.
Yeah. Before we get to that, though, they have a panel here where Robin quickly looks side to side, and it's probably the first time I've seen where they do that double face thing because his head turns.
Oh.
But
I noticed it right away.
He looks like.
But it happens again in this comic.
Does it?
In this book, yeah. Not in this exact story. But yeah, so whoever's drawing these must like to do the double take thing.
Maybe he invented it.
Maybe. When we get to it, I'll point it out again.
Okay. So Batman and Robin change in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, no, it's not those. Jack Burnley drew this, and he drew the next one. So maybe if it's in the next one, it's probably him.
Probably.
All right. So yeah, they get changed in the blink of an eye, and they tackle a cult member. Because he's just dressed like he would be in like a demonic cult or something.
Yeah, he does look like a Satan worshiper or something.
He's like in the hood and stuff. And Batman punches him in the face, but another one sneaks up on Robin and puts a gun to his head. And then they punch him and hit Robin. And for brief moments later, they wake up later. I don't know if they were knocked out or not, though.
I think so. Because if you look in both their hands, actually, they're both hit by the butt of the gun. The butt of the gun always takes them out.
So you think those were knockouts?
I would say yes. What do you think, Lump? It says moments later, which means they were a blackout there.
I mean, it does say moments later. It's hard to say because they don't really, like, show it.
And
like
they're also hit in the face. Usually it's the back of the head when they get knocked out. But what happened between the moments when they got hit in the face?
Yeah. That's a tough call.
All right.
What's your opinion, TJ?
Well, Batman knockout 49.
Right.
Robin knockout 33. It's disputed, and it's not like it's a death or anything, so who cares?
Right. I say yes. I say, even though it didn't hit him in the face, moments later it says to me that there was a little bit of time loss.
Fine, maybe. Anyway, they wake up and they chase after a milk truck, or carriage, and just throw him off.
If Batman was the greatest detective in the world or whatever, there might have been a little different outcome of this, but I don't think he's honed his skills quite yet.
No, he's not even doing this for, like, I don't know... 5 years at this point, something like that. But he catches up to the milk driver and asks him if he saw anything, and the milk driver is like, "No, I don't know." And now the Batman and Robin are bewildered, and they can't figure out how they got away. So they go back to the Morgan Mansion. I guess that's where they came from. Is that where they came from?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they decide to go in.
Oh, they weren't inside. Right, they left the party when this stuff happened.
So why did they go back?
Because that's where they heard the gunshots.
Oh, okay. And they go in and they find a cat falling down. And
it's knocking the trash can over. What are you doing?
Why don't you feed them?
I did.
And they find someone was... Wait, is it dead? Was he shot? Is he dead?
Murderers. He says murderers. Those yellow murderers. They shot him in the back.
Okay. Because I know later they're not murdered.
No, they murdered that guy.
But, so Batman's investigating the scene, and he finds a button off of a white uniform.
Come on, Batman. It shouldn't take you till you get home to figure out who this is.
But it does.
It does.
I always find it weird that he's getting dressed in Dick's room.
Yeah, it's why is he, not dressed when he goes into Dick's room? It's really weird.
They sleep in the same room.
You think that's what it is? You think he sleeps in the same bed with him?
We've established that they have 2 separate beds in that room.
That's right. They did have 2 separate beds in that room.
It's really weird, but he wakes up and he's buttoning his shirt and Robin's stretching on the bed, or Dick's stretching on the bed. It's very strange.
So when I first turned this page and I saw him getting dressed, I actually thought that was, what's her name, getting out of bed. Like, the drawing of Dick in his pajamas there looks like Linda Page.
Yeah, that's not what's happening. Well,
it is not. It is definitely Dick. I see it. But when I first turned to it, I was like, oh, they're just Linda Page getting out of bed. I'm like, no, that's Dick.
There's way more Dick than Linda Page in that panel, just so you
know. So, hold on. Wait a second.
Uh-oh, here we go.
No, so they wake up and they're figuring out they're trying to figure out what it all means. It says 2 weary adventurers finally. Oh, they just got home.
Yeah.
Oh, he's taking his shirt off. That makes it even worse.
Oh, wait, no. They were going to bed?
That's what it says. 2 weary adventurers finally reach home and bed. So, yeah. That makes that scene even weirder that he's taking his shirt off.
He's taking it off. I didn't even catch that, actually.
That is, and Robin's already in his pajamas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about this.
Because I was confused because the next panel after says the next morning. I was like, wait, is that a different day? So...
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay. So, at breakfast the next morning, I guess, they're trying to figure it out, but, Robin's...
I think Robin figured it out before Bruce did, because he's like, this milk tastes good, Bruce. Does that tell you anything, Bruce? Maybe a little
this
milk?
Tastes so good.
I didn't even think about that. It felt like he was just promoting milk, but that's actually even better. That he's like, come on, you can do it, Bruce.
Maybe you can figure this out, Bruce. This milk is delicious. What do you think about this milk?
And then Bruce gets mad and throws the milk in his face.
It does look like that.
Yeah. Bruce slaps the milk out of his hand.
Dick, I'm sick and tired of you figuring this stuff out before me.
But no, he realizes what's up, and he just got excited and knocked the milk over. And he knows it's the milkman. Milkman. It's the milk... What? Would it be milkmen?
Well, it's only that one guy that drives the milk cart. They didn't see anybody else. Them other guys must have been laying in the back of that truck.
That's fair. He only knows of one milkman, even though there's several.
Yeah.
Okay. So they deduce that it's them, and they're reading the paper, and the Morgan home was... What is it with the robbery of all these wedding gifts?
Yeah, that's another thing that happens a lot, too. Like, it's always a wedding, and I don't know.
Wedding announcements and stuff, I'm sure they're a big thing now, but back then, these big weddings were in the newspaper, like, hey, this is happening. So, I guess they were, it could be more common just because it was bigger knowledge to these people that these guys were getting married.
So I went back to when they were leaving a mansion, and they don't mention, there it is. It says... Bruce says, it's way past your bedtime, youngster. I don't think the reception would last so late. boy, did you see those wedding gifts? Bet they tempt those early bird crooks. So yeah, they were at a wedding. That's why they were out so late. Huh. And there goes the cat again.
This another cat decided to run headfirst into the trash can.
Okay. So anyway, they figure out that the milkman, and then they decide to go to the laboratory to do science, to do stuff. I don't know why they're doing science.
They're going down there to figure out, maybe they're doing some research on the button.
Yeah, they like sciencey stuff.
What do they need to do research on the button for?
Because they have a laboratory.
What do they need that laboratory for? What is the point of them doing these two laboratory scenes?
If you have a laboratory, you have to have, you have to show them in a laboratory once in a while.
Bruce literally says, the Dorlad diamonds are the best. Here, prepare this formula for me, Robin, while I go do some other things. It's like...
Oh, no. They're making that stupid stuff that they use later.
What stuff?
Aren't they making the thing that makes the trail when the guys go away?
That's not in this one, I don't think.
That's not even in this. That's not even in this comic. I don't think so either. Now.
No, it never comes back up.
Okay,
they're literally just in the laboratory for no reason.
Bruce likes that white shirt. He wanted to put it on and look like all cool with his white shirt on, like he's doing laboratory stuff.
He does look like a mad scientist.
He looks like he's brewing beer in that thing too, doesn't it?
He might be.
He's making a nice IPA, maybe some kind of a stout.
Whatever. They get in a bat plane and they go to another distinguished guest party, or I don't know. It's stupid.
Becoming my favorite part of the show is when TJ goes, whatever.
Like, when he doesn't like what's going on.
We're fooling around too much. The kids are getting out of hand. Let's just whatever. Moving on. Good. They climb up the vines. They get into this party, but they don't go to this party this time. They're Batman and Robin at this party.
Just peeking in the windows.
Yeah.
And they see this distinguished company owner.
This part's stupid. Like, these are all milk tycoons that they're going to this party for.
Yeah. Plenty of dairy and milk company men at tonight's party.
Yeah.
Because I guess if they just throw parties for the milk company, I guess it's big money over there.
Yeah, big milk. You gotta watch out for big milk.
And for some reason at this milk party, they're showing off a giant diamond.
Well, milk comes from diamonds. You didn't know that?
Oh.
They squeeze diamonds to get milk, yeah.
So, they break in through a window because that's what they do. And they find...
Well, they don't even break in. They kind of just walk in this time. It even says clippity-clop. It says clippity-clop when he walks into the window.
And they just push the door open.
Yeah.
Well, we learned in the last episode that the bad guys just unlock the windows now so they don't break through.
Yeah, they're like, oh, Batman's coming. Let's unlock the window. It makes a mess. Come on. People get caught. It's just safer.
Door here.
Yeah, this is like a door on like a patio. Yeah. Clippity-clop.
And so the clippity-clop happens and someone's sneaking in and then Batman decides to hide behind a couch very poorly.
This is what I don't understand either. Yeah. This confused me a little bit because he walks in and he says, "Ha, I thought so. It wasn't the hour to put you to sleep." What is he talking about? Did he pick up the glass and like sniff it or something?
Yeah, I think so he walks in and all the guards are unconscious and I think they drugged their drinks.
They did drug their drinks, but how does he know? Because
he picked up the glass and sniffed it.
Okay. So then he sniffed the glass and said, "Oh my God, you guys have been drugged. Let me hide behind this couch."
Yeah.
Okay. That's that. I accept that.
The right thing is, let me stand behind this couch.
Yeah, like kind of, and peek with my eyes above the couch.
But my whole head and back are sticking out over the top of the couch.
So as he's doing that, a ghost from Scooby-Doo walks in.
Baker didn't vanish. She's been here all the time.
Mrs. Baker!
Then you were the counterfeiter.
And I still would be if it weren't for that dumb dog.
What'd I do? You're the hero of this piece, Scooby. I am? Sure.
It is a ghost from Scooby-Doo, you're right. He would have got away with it, too, if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Made millions if it hadn't been for you meddling kids.
Meddling young fools.
And he is... I don't know what he's there for, honestly.
No, this is the stupid part, too. He came back to shoot the guys so nobody would know they were drugged.
Oh, Okay.
Well, this is the robbery. So the guys were drugged at the party, and these guys are there now to actually do the robbery.
Yeah, but he literally says, "I'm going to shoot you so nobody knows you were drugged."
Yeah, it says, just so you won't look drugged, I'll pump some lead into you.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that don't make sense, but this is actually, because right now, they foiled a robbery. These people don't actually get anything right now.
And the narrator calls them, the cloak guys, like an evil gnome of night. The cloak marauders steals up the helpless guards.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, before they can pump lead into the unconscious guy, Batman tackles him from behind and punches him in the face. But then
face punches.
But then one of them shoots Batman, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're led to believe.
A bullet winds through the air.
Okay, another full disclosure, this is the other story I read 2 weeks ago. So
what?
I read 2 of these stories 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
So I'm a little fuzzy on the details.
Okay, so you're going to be surprised too. Batman was shot just now, just so you know.
He's dead.
No, that's what I see down in the next panel that he's not.
He's dead.
No, don't look there yet.
Batman is dead. All right, and then they say, "Good, Batman's dead. Who cares?" And then that's it. End of the story.
He don't look like he'll ever go any place again. But we'll make sure.
What I'm asking is, the bullet actually hit him or not? Because
well,
he doesn't act like it did.
Well,
we can't talk about it yet.
Well, okay, so the guys go over and investigate the body, and then he wakes up and kicks him in the face. Can we talk about it now?
So the bullet didn't hit him.
So Batman decides if he hears a gunshot, he just falls down and pretends like he got shot.
Oh, okay.
Play dead.
Yeah, he's playing dead.
I gotcha. I understand now. And so he gets up and
not really, but...
He gets up and the 2 guys are like cowering for some reason. Meanwhile, Robin's outside playing with the horse of the milk carriage.
Yeah, Batman sent him to do something, and I wasn't. This is the one. This is what I think.
New shoes.
This is what I think they were doing in the lab.
But they literally do nothing.
No, he does. He's putting stuff on the bottom of the horse's feet. My God, is anybody reading these comics but me?
Well, now that you say it,
I quit. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Apparently, I'm the only one reading the comics.
We're not there yet. But now I remember now. That's how they find out where to go.
Yeah, Robin is putting something on the horse's shoe.
You're smarter than you look. I'll tell you what.
Can't you tell by my jokes? Come on.
Meanwhile, Batman's still fighting the other guys. He throws one into a fireplace. And then Robin swings in and hits another guy and then starts chasing after him. But Batman tackles him and stops him from chasing him.
Yes.
Why did Robin chase after him? He's the one that put the stuff on the horses.
I agree. Why did Batman have to stop it?
Robin's like, oh my God, we better chase him. We're never going to be able to find him. And Batman's like, what the hell's the matter with you?
What were you doing outside?
I hope you did it like what I told you to do, you stupid kid.
But they get away, they get in their milk carriage, and they head off to a farm, I guess? And Batman and Robin follows them because of footprints that's on the horse, I guess.
Because Robin put the stuff on the footprints, and then they put these lenses on that made them be able to see the horse's footprints where they went.
Except, not once in the dialogue or the narration do they tell you that.
These lenses will filter out the infrared paint used on Daisy's hooves. Look, there's the farm.
TJ, you're not.
I am the only one reading this. Just forget it. You know what? Do it yourself.
TJ. I remember them finding these footprints, but for some reason when they were in the lab, I didn't, it just didn't click. Even when I read it, it didn't click.
Well, click for me.
Wait, is that what they were making in the lab, infrared paint?
Yes. They were putting infrared paint on this horse's hooves so they could follow him. Apparently, I'm the world's greatest detective, and you guys
are. You are. I can agree. You are.
All right, well, you definitely follow inconsistent bad writing, that's for sure. All right, so Batman and Robin show up at this barn that's full of cows. And it's like a high-tech facility. But these 2 milkmen run in saying, hey, we just want Batman and Robin. We gotta hurry up and get out of here. And apparently they're using the milking lines are filled with jewels?
Wait, you don't know that yet? First there's a shower?
What? Oh, Batman and Robin find the shower or whatever. Yeah, but then I skipped that panel and said these guys come running in, and then they're emptying jewels from a milking line into a milk jug.
Yeah. Well, where else are you going to hide the jewels in a cow?
All I'm saying, if you're a thief and you disguise yourself as a milkman, maybe the best place is not to hide it in a milk facility.
Well, maybe they fed them to the cows.
And the cows, they milked them out of the cows.
And they milked them out of the
They got them out of
cows.
the teats. That's what it's called.
Which would be really smart if it worked that way.
I don't think it works that way.
I wish it worked that way. That would be awesome. Well, we found out earlier that milk comes from diamonds. You milk diamonds. Remember, you crush diamonds.
I would feel sorry for the cows if that's what they would probably be like passing kidney stones.
It does sound painful.
I don't know. Doesn't sound painful to me. I think it'll be fine.
Anyway, Batman and Robin come in and they beat up the milkman and the boss with his domino mask, and
that nobody knows who he is.
Still the same suit.
And so the domino mask boss jumps over a conveyor belt and pulls a lever, which turns on the fire. What are they called? The fire
sprinklers.
Fire sprinklers, yeah. Which somehow lets the thugs overpower Batman and Robin.
But so these sprinklers are actually spraying milk, and the milk gets in their eyes. That's what happens.
No, it doesn't say milk.
It says a sudden blast of water.
This is the washing system. It's the washing system.
But
I was just trying to say how they got overpowered.
Batman and
got
Robin
milk in their eyes.
Were overpowered by 4 guys and the leader. And by the way, the leader is just some old guy.
Yeah, old rich dude.
Yeah. And he's got them tied up, and he's like, he pretty much monologues about his plan and stuff like that. But Batman and Robin are bored by this, and so Batman
stands up.
Yeah, no, they tie him up to the milk machine, first of all. Right? And so right next to the lever where they can have access to the hose and the switch that turns on the milk. So they use that to escape.
But does it squirt hot milk? Because they're going to steam these guys to death if they...
I think it's the steam thing. It's how they pasteurize
milk. Clean it.
And they have this, it's like a heat thing, so it's going to release basically steam into their faces.
Whatever the case is.
It's how they do what? It's how they do what with the milk? Well, what do you think's faster, milk or bread? Milk, because it's pasteurized before you see it. It's pasteurized.
Again, was that a sentence or an anecdote?
It's pasteurized.
It's pasteurized before you see it, TJ. That's why it's faster than bread. Milk is faster.
Oh, I see.
Pasteurized. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway,
TJ,
sorry.
I got 2.
Whatever the machine is, the idiots tie them up to it. They use it. They escape. They climb. Robin climbs up a slide mill thing. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know what he's climbing. He's climbing something.
I don't know why they have a silo there for milk. I'm a little bit confused.
It's a milk silo. Don't you know? They fill the silos up with milk.
They actually might, I guess. I don't really
I don't know what they do.
But we see Robin climbing up one panel, and in the next panel, Batman's crashing through a window, tackling some guy in a karate uniform, it looks like.
I love that the guy yells, ouch. That's my favorite part of this whole story.
Ouch.
So he crashes through, and then somehow Batman's swinging on a pole or whatever and kicks him in the face. And I guess one guy falls in on his own gun.
Is that really what happens?
I don't know. That's what it looks like.
It does look like the gun. Like he threw the gun at his own head.
And it hits him in the head.
Yeah. That guy's stupid. And his leg's up like... Oh, that's the other guy's leg. Never mind.
Anyway, Batman throws one guy into a water trail, and then Robin slides down from a grain slide, I guess, into another guy.
That makes more sense that it's a grain silo. That makes
there's also a farm going on. It's not just a dairy farm at this point.
And then I guess they didn't want to show Batman and Robin punching an old guy in the face because we just see him dragging him off.
Yeah.
But here's another one of those things where they're like, oh, story. oh shit, it's almost the end. We gotta end this really fast.
Well, you know what sucks too? The guy with the domino mask looks exactly like Commissioner Gordon.
He does. In the same suit. Same
suit and everything.
So they win the day, they get back their black plane, and Batman brings the jewels to Commissioner Gordon. So the guy who was behind all of this was a giant milk tycoon.
Yeah.
Why he needed? Why he was? I guess he was just obsessed with stealing jewels. I don't know why he.
No, they do explain it actually. So the guy got into debt because he's a jewel collector, and he spent all his money on all these real expensive jewels. When he ran out of money, he decided to start stealing them.
Wow, I wasn't the only one who read this because I didn't see that.
So they talk about it. They I think it's in his monologue thing where he actually says like he got into debt.
So he got into debt buying jewels, right?
Yes.
Wouldn't he still have the jewels?
He does, but he's a collector, so he can't sell them because he's collecting them.
This is stupid.
What do you think he would have said if somebody stole all his milk? What do you think he would have said? He would have said, "How dare he?" Come on, how dare he? Get it? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, after Batman brings the milk jug full of jewels in, some guy comes in, and that's when they tell you that his milk company, there was a large fund shortage there.
Ah, there you go.
Oh, they waited until the second to the last panel to tell you.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't see that, and it's literally the next panel we didn't cover. And because it says, yeah, that explains a lot. He must have gambled with the company's money and had to make good. He spent every cent he had on collecting jewels.
Yeah, I knew they had explained it somewhere, so.
And then we go cut back to Wayne Manor, where Robin's drinking more milk, and, well, Dick's drinking more milk, and Bruce is reading the paper. And they're like, hey, Batman and Robin caught those crooks. And then Robin's like, it's ironic that he's drinking milk and that, I don't know, I'm not reading that panel. I don't care. It's over at the end.
Well, actually, it's funny because it's a sales pitch for milk.
I know, that's why I stopped halfway through.
Yeah, milk, it does a body good. Pass it on.
Yes.
So the guy was a dairy farmer, but he became a criminal. Guess what happened to him? He lost his way. Get it? Like whey from milk.
Whey.
W-H-E-Y. Yeah, get it. Right,
your other two.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
That was the end of the story. That was it. I'm waiting for you to tell me what the appearances are.
Oh, I can't. Hold on. I got to tell you something else. What did the customer say to the cashier who asked if he wanted his milk in a bag? He said, just leave it in the carton, please. Don't put it in a bag.
Yes, don't put it in the bag.
Yeah, leave it in the carton. All right, where are we here? I can't find that one, TJ. Hey, stall for a minute while I look for where this thing is. Oh, here it comes. Hold on. Why is it not coming up on my computer? Something's going on here.
You're supposed to know all this. You don't look it up on the computer.
Well, guess what? It's swirling, and I can't get it to come up. I hope I don't disconnect. That's how bad it is.
So,
I can't get my milk jokes to come up. Can't get my DC database to come up.
I liked this story.
Did you? Because I hated it.
You guys hated it, and I actually
hated it so much.
The only issue I had with this one was the domino mask.
Really?
That was my only real issue. I actually liked the story. But the domino mask bothered me. I'm like, how does... Everybody has to know who this guy is. Why is he even wearing the domino mask?
The whole plan was stupid and nonsensical.
Yeah, it didn't make sense. I didn't even... And they don't even tell you the plan. They don't even bother to tell you the plan until they get to the very last panel.
That's why I said it's another one of them things where it was like, oh no, we ran out of pages. I gotta just end this now.
Well, I guess the appearances are the milk guy, Batman and Robin. And,
oh my God. I'll do it. Whatever.
Commissioner Gordon.
This one had...
We're making TJ really mad tonight.
This had Batman and Robin, Commissioner Gordon, the antagonists are Jin Winthrop and Sparks, location Gotham City, GCPT headquarters, Wayne Manor, a farm. That's it. And the vehicles for that place.
Okay.
And the milk carriages.
That's not a place. That's a vehicle.
Yeah, you said vehicles were just a Batman, but there was milk vehicles.
That's like if you put milk carriages there, you got to put cars every time.
Did you say Sparks? I got it now. Did you say GCPT headquarters?
Yes, I did. I said all of that already.
Oh, my favorite locations: a farm.
On to the third story here. The Adventures of the Branded Tree. Lumpy.
So, I'm going to cover this one because when I actually started to read this thing that you tell us not to bother to cover.
I read it too, yeah, I know.
Well, when I first started to read it, though, I thought they were talking about, like, oh, it's fine. It says, it's about time someone paid attention to me. I thought they were talking about these long paragraphs on this first page of all the stories that nobody reads. But no, it's actually the tree talking about turning into paper.
Yeah, it's the tree talking to you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the paper talking to you, right?
Yes. For victory, buy United States war bonds and stamps.
For victory. You know what? It worked. We had a victory, so it must have worked.
We did. So you got Batman and Robin are running past like a giant printing press that has this paper coming out. There's a guy falling over the paper coming out. There's two other guys that are shooting at them. In the background, but not in the background, is a circle of a sawmill. It's just there. It's just floating. It's
got a different sky than the Batman part too. It's really
I don't know. It was weird. I don't know what that was, like why they did it that way. Like it didn't need to be there. I don't know why they did it. But
also, where did Batman punch that guy? Because it looks like he punched the air.
I don't know if he did. I think the guy just fell over the paper before Batman was able to punch him.
And Batman punched the paper or something?
Yeah, okay. Maybe.
Or is that the gunshot?
Well, I see the one gunshot.
Yeah, there's a gunshot over Batman's head, but Batman's fist has like a punch around it, but it doesn't look like...
Isn't that the second gun?
No.
Oh, no,
Muggsy didn't point at Batman. He's pointed up to his side.
He didn't punch him, Uncle Chris. If you follow the lines, it goes to his knee.
Oh, okay. He punched him in the knee?
No,
Who punches somebody in the knee? Why would you do that?
That would hurt.
I see.
We open up in a forest, and a bunch of lumberjacks come across a dagger carved... Well, they don't come across a dagger. They come across a tree with a symbol of a dagger carved into it. And so they're going to chop it down.
Yeah,
but
don't you think you would check into something that had like a carving on it?
They're pressed for time. They got to get these trees cut down.
What you know?
I don't know. I'd be like, why is this on here? Hold on one second here, guys. Let's check this one out.
So they do acknowledge it, and they're like, hey, somebody did this. Somebody just carved something stupid in this tree. We're just going to cut it down.
Yeah, I mean, you don't give a second thought to any people carving their initials and stuff into it. So
I do. If I go through the woods and there's initials carved in a tree, I automatically start digging into the tree to see if I can.
You're digging in.
Yeah. It says TJ loves Lumpy, and then I start cutting into the tree to see what's going on.
TJ Hearts Uncle Chris's jokes.
TJ Heart's my milk jokes. Then I start looking into the tree. I'm like, something's going on here. TJ doesn't really love my jokes. What's going on here?
He really does. He just doesn't want people to know he loves it.
You know, after the episodes are over, he pays me extra for jokes. He's like, "Here's this joke was good. Here's another $20."
Just waiting for you to be done.
Lost him.
Are you done?
I'm just waiting for you to get it all out. Are we good to move on?
Are you ready?
I thought you were going to tell a tree joke.
I just typed tree jokes into my Google. I can't believe you said that.
Leave it alone. Get it? Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Yeah, you got me stumped. I'm sorry, you got me stumped.
I mean, at least you're not stealing other people's jokes and you're using your own bad jokes.
I'm sorry, I'm getting all sappy about this.
So they're about to cut down this tree, and some city people show up and shoot the one guy in the back and hold the other guy up, and then they shoot him after the other guy said he's not backing down.
Yeah, a lot of people got shot in that first couple panels.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
one's dead.
At least.
Meanwhile, Bruce and Dick are just fishing in the woods.
Just happen to be by where this tree is for some reason. I don't know.
Near this logging town.
Yeah.
And Bruce catches a fish, and then they hear a gunshot, and they just happen to have their suits underneath their casual wear.
Well, they just walk around with their suits on for some reason.
If you look at Bruce in the water, you can see the batsuit under his shorts.
You can. And did you see how goofy his face looks in the 2 panels after that?
Yeah. In his Batman mask. His eyes are like in weird spots or something.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got a big, crazy smile on his face.
So they go towards the gun shop, but they make sure to bring the fishing poles to Robin's confusion because Batman wants to use it to hit one guy in the butt with it. And that's pretty much it.
Wait, no. Does he hit the guy in the butt with it, or does he hook the guy's butt with it?
I think he hooks it.
Because the guy thinks he got shot.
He's like, oh, I'm shot.
Okay,
Yeah.
he still hit him in the butt with the rod, so what difference does it make?
With the rod, or does he hook him with a hook?
Oh my god, it's the part of the same thing, who cares?
Because a hook is very more painful than just a little whip in the butt. Like, if he gets hooked in the butt, he's going to have to, like, pull that hook out.
What happens if the rod pinches him? Does that change things for you?
Yeah, I don't like the pinch. Pinches hurt, too, yeah.
He's gonna pound you into a pulp if you want stuff.
His bark is worse than his bite, don't worry. I think we killed TJ. He just stopped.
He left. He's done.
I'm just waiting for you to be done.
Oh, come on, TJ. Give me a high five. Like a palm tree.
Man. So, Batman and Robin start fighting with the city guys. And, they're in the forest, so they use the fishing poles. They use the logs because of the theme. They crawl up, the thugs crawl up one of those log, bundles that are the lumberjacks use when they cut down the trees to keep them all together.
You say you know, but I've never seen nothing like that before in my life. It's like a tree pyramid made out of logs.
I've seen it like drawn on other stuff, but yeah, in real life, no, I've never actually seen that.
So they unhook the change of the logs, so those tumble down onto Batman and Robin. And it says minutes later, and I wasn't sure if this was a knockout either.
I gotta turn the page, hold on. Well, they get hit with these giant trees.
Yeah.
And then it says minutes later. To me, I feel like minutes later means time elapsed, right?
And Robin does say his head is spinning.
So yes?
Why are you asking us? You're the authority on this knockouts.
Yeah,
because anytime I do just authority say something, you guys disagree with me, and then it's a 20-minute
because that's why I'm telling you, we want to disagree with you.
And then we disagree, and you count it anyway.
TJ, why don't you go out on a limb and make the decision yourself?
All right.
You got it. He laughed at that one, just so you know. He's hiding it, but
did he mute himself when he laughed? He didn't mute himself.
So that's Robin knockout number 34, and it's the 50th time Batman's been knocked out.
Wow, 50. We hit a big 5-0. We should have a party.
We're not over. It's not over yet either.
No, it's definitely not over yet.
Sorry, I'm actually looking something up right now. Hold on.
That's fine. We'll take it or leave it, TJ. Don't worry. We'll take it or leave it. I don't know how to stall.
I was looking for something on the page to stall with, but I just keep seeing the stump. And it's...
You're stumped again.
TJ's stumped again. Right in the middle of the page is a stump, and I just can't stop looking at it.
I can't seem to find...
There were so many that my eyes are watering. That's funny.
RKO, BKO.
So Batman, after these two are knocked out, Batman goes to what I guess it's a first aid tent that they have set up in the woods for like the loggers and stuff.
And somebody already has like a broken bandaged arm in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
Oh, he's the guy. Okay, so this is one of the other guys who got shot.
Oh, he's the guy who got shot, I see.
So he got shot. So they're at the first aid tent where the guy got shot. And I'm trying to figure out how they get to this. It says the dagger-branded tree has already started its journey to the mill.
Right. So that tree got torn down, thrown into one of them piles, and taken to the mill. And then now they're throwing... Right. So now they're I guess, taken to the mill? Doesn't it just go up the river to the mill at that point?
See, I think what happened is they're floating these logs to the mill.
Yeah.
So it's already been sent downstream. So Batman can't get to it to find out why they were looking for this log, basically.
Right. The plan seems...
they cut that down.
The plan seems way too crazy, though. Like, is somebody going to stand there and watch and see if that one with the stupid brand on it is going to come up the conveyor belt? Is that what they're doing?
Well, originally they wanted to get the tree, but these guys had already cut it down. So I guess now they have to come up with a plan to figure out where this tree actually went. So anyway...
We got to the root of that problem, just so you know. TJ, what happened to you? Did we lose TJ?
No, I hear him clicking.
No, that's me.
Oh, maybe we did lose TJ.
You didn't lose me. If you lost me, the whole thing would have crashed.
Okay, good.
Oh, that's true.
What are you looking up? What are you doing here? We tried to stall.
Just continue covering the comic. Keep going.
So
they go
later that night,
the logs start going up the conveyor belt.
Yes. The logs float to the conveyor belt. The conveyor belt starts dumping them down, and Batman and Robin decide to eat the fish that they caught. They stayed in uniform, and they're cooking fish.
Right, they didn't change out of their Batman uniform. Batman and Robin are getting the fish.
Yes. And then
Robin said it was the best fish he ever had, or something like that. It's twice as good now.
Trying to think why gangsters should be interested in one particular tree out of 1 million. I haven't noticed.
Yeah, he didn't even notice that the fish was good because he was worried about the gangsters.
Worried about the trees.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
About time, because we only got 3 panels.
Just so everybody knows, this is why I go through the comic and they don't. So yeah, they're eating fish, and then the logs are going down the river. The bad guys are mad because... nope, I'm wrong. Later that night, they beat up some log workers so they can get a job at the mill so they can...
Right, so they can be the ones standing there looking for the log.
So they can find the log. And so they each get a job to look for the log. So Batman goes to the local police station, and I guess he's just questioning the police if there's any strange things happening. And the old cop says only a couple of the people from the mill got not put into comas, or got beat up. I don't know why I said comas.
Yeah, what are you just making things up now?
Yeah, apparently. But that's enough for Batman to realize, that they got a job at the thing. So they go there and they're looking around, but one of the thugs sneaks up behind Batman and Robin, and this is a definitive knockout.
Definitely a knockout.
Yes.
And knocks them both out for Batman 51 and Robin 35. What I was looking up, this knockout right here makes Batman's knockout count surpass his kill count.
Oh, that's interesting. Thanks for looking that up, TJ.
So Batman's officially...
Did you have to go to the filing cabinet and go find that? Because it took an hour.
Yeah, you took a little while.
I had to dig through my notes to find the last time Batman killed somebody, yes.
Oh, wow. It's been that long since he killed somebody?
Yeah, it's been 6 comics or something like that.
Wow.
But he has 50 kills?
He has 50 kills, according to our records. And
wow.
This is the 51st first one. He's just surpassed his kill count.
Huh.
I just thought that was interesting. That's why I was like, wait, I think they were close here, So they get knocked out, and the bad guys put them on the conveyor belt where the logs get chopped into pieces, and they just so happen, as they do that, find a tree that was chopped down.
They also are on the conveyor belt and wake up from the knockout before they get to the saw.
Just before the saw.
What are the chances of that?
We're not there yet.
I realize that, but you said they found the thing. They woke up to find the tree, the log.
Who woke up to find it? No, the bad guys find the tree that they were looking for.
Oh, I thought Batman found the log. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, the bad guys find the tree, they cut it open, and they pull out this canister thing.
Gotcha.
And so And then Batman wakes up just before Robin's about to be chopped to pieces, and then Batman throws a bunch of logs into the saw to jam it up. I don't think that's how that works, but okay.
No, but it's a really cool drawing of him hurtling the logs into the saw.
It is.
I really like that.
And they're like smashing into the thing. It does look really cool.
When he throws it, for some reason, he looks huge. He looks like he's got his muscles are ridiculous at that point too.
Yeah, he is really ripped.
Yeah, he's buffed. He's chucking logs, I guess so.
But this allows Robin to wake up, and they get into a fight, and then Batman knocks a guy into a saw.
Yeah, but I don't think the guy gets killed.
No, and doesn't die somehow.
Right.
He gets knocked into a saw, and he goes, yow! And that's all that happens there. That guy would be dead right now if if this wasn't, Batman's non-kill rule wasn't in
best
effect.
he lost a leg.
It skimmed his ass raw, at least.
Yeah.
And then Robin throws a guy on, the presser of the paper.
Yeah, it's hot.
So, yeah, it's really hot, so he would probably be dead too, as another guy gets thrown into the rollers who would have got rolled and died too. Somehow they survive all this.
Well, because you can't kill people. You haven't killed people in 6 issues.
So the bad guy hides the canister in one of the paper rolls, the giant paper rolls.
That's what happened. I didn't see his hand down there. I see it now.
And after he hides it, he runs away, and they all run away after he turns on some kind of machine that pours water or steam at Batman and Robin to slow them down.
Look out. There's sulfuric acid in that stuff.
Oh, apparently it's sulfuric acid and paper printing.
It squirts at Batman and Robin, but apparently it doesn't hit them.
Yeah, well, anyway, that's enough to slow them down, and they get away, and then one of the log workers comes in and says, hey, they got away in their car. So... Bruce and Dick, they're just wandering again.
Right. They didn't chase them out to their car. They just let them go.
They get away, and it looks like they're just wandering and happen upon the paper company and say, oh, hey, I wonder if they're in there.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like happens.
So...
Yeah, and, so Batman and Robin didn't see the guy hide the tube or nothing.
No.
So, I don't know why they would think that they're in there anyway.
No, he just has, I wonder, and then they go in.
Right.
So the thugs are in there, of course, and they come across the old guy in there, and they make him take him and they go and grab the canister. Now, I've been holding off on this, well, one, because I was looking up for something, but what is the probability that, one, that the log that they were looking for wasn't already cut up after it was chopped down. 2, that they find the log after days of it being chopped down. 3, if they just happen to put it in a random paper thing and they know exactly what paper plant it's going for. And 4, out of all those papers, they know exactly where to find it.
Pretty good.
Apparently.
I would say it's 100%.
Yeah.
They found it.
Probability, we see the probability. It happened, so.
It happened.
We've seen some outlandish things in this. We've seen Batman and Robin use a pen to lift a boulder.
Yes, we have seen that. And we've seen Batman, what did he make something blow up? Remember from plant stuff?
Yeah, with the radiator.
No, he used the heat of the radiator to make a plant explode to free himself.
Yeah. I still think that's not as far-fetched as them finding that.
Yeah, I think this is the most outlandish thing we've seen. It's just so ridiculous. The chances of them finding this canister from a chopped up tree all the way through the sawmill just is too far-fetched for me to believe. I'm sorry.
Well, also, while they're doing this, they're following the lifespan from a tree to a piece of paper that eventually gets printed to a Batman comic, just so you know.
Yeah, that apparently is talking to us.
That's the whole story.
That's the whole story. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to let you follow the lifespan. You're supposed to watch that tree get cut down, thrown into the river, go to the paper mill, and then get printed with the Batman comic. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I get it. They're showing us how paper is printed for the war effort. And for all the war effort stuff and everything else, you need to recognize everything here. But they're telling the story so poorly and unbelievably, it's hard to focus on that.
It's educational, TJ. Come on. We're teaching the children. We're teaching our kids stuff.
Do you want to cover another PSA?
No, thank you. No, sorry, I apologize. I said anything at all. Thank you very much.
Anyway, Batman and Robin show up, and there's a fight, and Robin knocks a giant roll of paper on a guy. Batman knocks another one out. The boss climbs up to the paper ring, and for some reason, just so he can almost fall and be saved by Batman. And even though Batman says while he's about to fall, that maybe maybe it wouldn't be too bad if he fell and died.
Yeah. Batman doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he literally says, "Help, save me! I'll be killed if I fall into this paper." And Batman says, "Wouldn't that be too bad?"
Yeah, it seems like he's like, I would give a crap.
And then he saves him, and he says, after he saves him, he says, "I hope nobody gives me a medal for this." And then the bad guy punches him and almost knocks him into it, but he doesn't fall. Instead, Batman punches him again, throws him into the machine, knocks him out, and takes the canister from... Well, doesn't knock him out. He knocks him into a machine, takes the canister from him, and there are diamonds for pointing tools, so I guess...
Yeah. Industrial diamonds for pointing tools.
For, drills and stuff, I guess.
I guess.
I'll be honest, I had no idea. I just know they called them industrial diamonds for pointing tools. This is one I know nothing about.
Right, me neither. I'm not even going to try to pretend like I do.
Nope, I don't.
I think it's because diamonds are the hardest substance. They use it to break through certain things that they can't normally do.
Right.
So they use diamonds to do it, drills and other things like that. I mean, I could be wrong, but...
they use diamond drill bits for a lot of things, but yeah.
Yeah, they're good cutting tools, I guess, is what they're doing, but I don't know.
But, see, these diamonds aren't like other diamonds. This is why this is so bad that these guys stole them, because these diamonds...
Get milk out of them. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's actually it's worse than that. These diamonds... Batman's words, diamonds like these are needed in America's war effort.
Oh, crap.
So now you're a traitor to your country.
Yep.
These guys are trying to ruin the country.
So when a judge finds out that you're a traitor, a thief, and a murderer, he'll retire you permanently. That's what Batman says to him.
Wow.
So
Batman's a patriot.
Buy war bonds. Stamps.
Yeah, stamps and war bonds.
So Batman ties them up, and Robin finds an issue of Batman. And this is one issue they had plenty to do with besides, furnishing the adventure. They watched them cut a tree and make paper, and they were the first to read it.
Do you think it's from the one that had the dagger in it, the tree?
That's the whole point, yes.
Yeah, I think so too.
And then we end on the paper talking to us again, and how
What's more gentle, reader? My adventures as a sheet of paper have hardly begun. Now that you have finished my story, I'll move on to the next Batman fan and the next...
I guess you're supposed to hand your comic book over to other people.
I think that's what they're getting at.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, yeah, because we can't waste paper.
Gotcha.
I would, to be honest, I probably, if I wanted people to read Batman, this is not the story I would hand to them.
and you know what? I wish I had a joke for this one, but there's really nothing funny about trees. I'm sorry.
I thought that we had quite a few funny jokes.
No. We didn't. They were not jokes. Anyway, the adventure of the branded tree appearing in Batman, Robin, Bull Beaton was an antagonist. I guess that's that guy's name, Bull Beaton.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Other characters. Olaf Janssen. Apparently he dies. And then Scotty has a single appearance. Parkins Mill. We never go back to Parkins Mill, sorry. I know how much we loved Parkins Mill, but this says only appearance for Parkins Mill, single appearance. And Gotham City, and that's it.
All right, anything else on that stupid story that was pointless?
No, that's it.
That was your PSA for the Batman issue, because we get one of them in every issue.
You won't hear me not try to argue with TJ about stuff too often, but that one sucked.
Yeah, we can leave this one behind.
Yeah, that one really was bad.
Okay, on to the last story. Here comes Alfred. This is actually the last episode we covered the second issue of Alfred. This is technically the first issue.
I thought we had two. This is what I was talking about in the beginning, and you guys didn't know what I was talking about. I thought we had 2 episodes with Alfred already.
No, we only had the one.
No, just the one.
All right, then never mind. Just forget what I said in the beginning.
You were wrong.
Yeah.
Whatever. One of you covered the splash page.
Lumpy, you do it.
So, we got Sherlock Holmes reading a book on how to be a detective. He's smoking a pipe, but spin that. He's a giant, and he's stepping on people, and Batman, and Robin. Here's your giant splash page. He's walking. He's walking around reading a book with a monocle or like a big magnifying glass, smoking a pipe. But he's walking through a house, like smashing things. He's a giant.
Yeah, it's Alfred. It's not. I know why you said Sherlock Holmes. You said Sherlock Holmes as a descriptor, but
yes,
it's actually Alfred, and it's the point of the splash page is just show that he's incompetent and he doesn't realize he's messing things up. That's why it's smashing everything around and stuff like that.
Here comes Alfred.
So I open up at night on a passenger vessel coming from England, I think, and Alfred is talking to a friend that he made on the ship, and they say goodbye. And they're going through customs and stuff. And as Alfred comes out, a bunch of thugs are after his valise, which I think is a suitcase, right?
Yeah, I don't know that, and I should have looked it up, but yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I guess it's a suitcase, because that's the only thing. That's what they seem to go after.
So the bottom right-hand corner is that other double take thing, and it's actually a triple.
Oh.
So Alfred's head looks like it's spinning around.
So yeah, this is a different artist then.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a different artist then. That's weird.
Yeah, actually it's Bob Kane.
Huh.
Yeah. Do you see it though? At the bottom, he's like a triple take.
I do see it, yeah. It's weird that the first time we see that is in the same comic, but it's different artists.
Yeah, that was strange.
Yeah.
Maybe one guy was reading the other one and he decided...
Yeah, he was like, hey, that's a good idea.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that. Let me try that too.
So, the bad guys get out of the car and they go after Alfred and tell him to give him his case. But Alfred is having none of it. He hits one guy in the face with a suitcase, and then Batman and Robin show up and chase the guys off, kicking them in the butt. And Robin actually kicks one of the guys into his car and they speed off. They just let them get away again.
The guy opens his door and Robin kicks him into the car.
Anyway, Alfred thanks Batman and Robin and says he'll pay them back because he's an amateur sleuth. After he asks for their address and they're like, they don't tell him. He's like, huh, that's strange. They never gave me his address.
TJ, you know what we didn't mention? This is Alfred's origin story. You know, call back to one of our other podcasts we do, our other episodes.
This is so would you call this an origin?
I say this is Alfred's origin story.
Well, yeah, because you know what? They do explain. Okay, you are right. This is Alfred's first appearance and origin.
Yes, even though it changes a couple times before we actually, before we get to where we are today.
I'm not even going back into that debate. I don't care anymore.
You care.
So Batman and Robin go home. They're getting undressed, and they're like, "Hey, that Alfred's a silly guy. He's kind of dumb, right? Yeah, he'll never find us. He's too stupid." And then the doorbell rings, and oh no, look, it's Alfred!
Oh my god, he found us!
But no, apparently he is too dead.
Did you notice a double take when Alfred shows up at the door too? Bruce, we got a Bruce double take.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that one.
Yeah, they're using it all over the place now. All of a sudden,
but no, Alfred's apparently 2 years late from taking over. Butlering? Butlering? Is it Butlering or Butlering?
Buttling. I don't know, but buttling doesn't seem right, but I think it might be.
Say butlering.
Stop buttling around. Let's go.
Yeah, to buttling.
It is buttling. Wow. That's weird.
There is no one today worth buttling for. Huh. Yeah. Alright. But he's 2 years late because of a ridiculous story about
his dad was their butler before or something, and then
so I was going to ask you guys: is that I'm guessing it's changed? So Alfred's dad wasn't.
No, he's always been he's always been the Wayne family butler, kind of.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say. The ones I know, he was his dad's butler.
No, too. He takes over raising the kid after parents die, right, TJ?
Right, but
yeah.
I do think that the dad was in some stories was too.
Oh, okay.
because he does take over. It depends on what story reason. He does take over in certain aspects when his father dies, because Alfred's backstory is he's like an ex-spy and a medic and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So that's why
he's got to be.
That's why he's very capable in taking care of Batman,
right,
and stuff like that. But he stops doing all that to come be Bruce's butler because of his dad dying. Well, the Waynes, So
the Alfred character is a good idea, but I guess once they thought, oh my god, it would be a great idea to have a butler, it was too late, and then they had to try to find a way to shoehorn him in.
To get him in there,
yeah.
Yeah, so he shows up and he says he had to wait a year for a ship in England, and then when he finally got one in the Indian Ocean, it crashed. It was torpedoed. He was on 2 different ships that were torpedo under him, and he spent fortnight adrift on a life raft, and then he was attacked by the things. Yeah, so he's had
this guy's been in transit for 2 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he finally shows up, and they're like, and he's here to be their butler. He's also who is barking?
That's my dog.
Listen, it's not me. That's all I gotta say.
I live in a zoo, okay? I have 3 dogs, 40 cats,
75 chickens.
Yes, turtles.
Why is your dog barking? Is someone robbing your house right now?
I'm in the basement. It's not my problem.
Well, you'll find out when you go upstairs and all your shit's gone.
It's fine. It's not my problem. The dogs are handling it.
I guess we're waiting, TJ.
I'm kind of just getting quiet moments of it so I can just edit it out if necessary.
Well, he muted it now, so good luck.
Whatever. So, so he's there to be Bruce Wayne's butler, and they're like, nah, we don't need a butler. We're fine on our own. But he doesn't take that as an answer.
Yeah,
and
he's kind of a jerk about it. Like, we don't need a butler. Oh, well, I'll just go turn down your beds. No, get out of my house, butler. Right?
But, I mean, yeah, but that's not how this works, apparently.
No, apparently not.
He's going to be their butler whether they like it or not.
We get another double take here, too, from Dick.
Yeah.
It's weird. There's no reason for it, either. I think they're just using it now for no reason.
I think they saw it once and they're like, oh, I really like doing that, so let's do that.
Just keep doing it over and over again.
I think it's kind of weird, honestly, because it looks like they have 2 heads.
That one looks really bad, because there's no reason for him to be looking back and forth.
Yeah. I mean, he's looking at Alfred and then back to Bruce to say, what are we going to do?
Right, but it should be when, like, he's surprised by something, not, like, just, hey, I'm standing in the middle here, let me look back and forth 1,000 times.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. But Bruce doesn't have the heart to throw him out. He'll think of something in the morning, and I guess they'll throw him out in the morning.
No, they won't.
But before morning comes, the bad guys show up and set off Bruce's alarm, which is just a beam of light.
Bruce's alarm is, it's just a light that shines in Bruce's face, I guess.
I don't know. Apparently Dick's got one too, so...
In case you're not following along, Bruce is laying in bed and there's a beam of light in his face and it says, my special burglar alarm. So I guess that's what it is. I don't know.
He must be a really late sleeper for that to wake him up then.
Yeah.
But so he gets dressed as Batman. He's like, hey, we can't be seen by Alfred about this. Meanwhile, Alfred's sorting stacks of newspapers that weren't thrown out for some reason.
1 million newspapers. Like, there's a stack of newspapers that's up to his waist.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of figured maybe Batman keeps them for clues. Like, he's digging, because it's not, they don't have the internet or anything. This is like the filing system, maybe?
I get. Hey, what? You make a stack of papers on the floor? No wonder they need a friggin' butler.
Well, like, I figured they go through the past papers for crimes past committed.
Well, we do know that he finds out about crimes from the paper and the radio, and that's it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And Alfred gets mad because no one got rid of him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, if you were the new butler, would you want to clean up all this crap they got laying around?
But anyway, Alfred finds in one of the papers that his friend from the boat is actually the Duke of Dorian, the premier who fled a Nazi invasion. And we find out later they came here with a bunch of money, and that's what the bad guys were after. Or crown jewels. They came here with crown jewels, because it's always jewels.
Yeah, it's always... Yeah, money don't mean nothing in the 40s. It's all about jewels.
Meanwhile, the bad guys show up and said, "Did you think we wouldn't follow you?" And they come after Alfred, and he's like, "Okay, I'll give you my suitcase that he said earlier doesn't have anything worth of value in it." And so the bad guys start cutting open the suitcase, and then the one guy tells the other guy to shoot Alfred and kill him. But then Batman bursts in and says, "Did you think I wouldn't follow you?" To cover his tracks, So Batman hits one guy, and then one guy's about to throw a knife at him, but Robin tennis rackets it out of the air with a hand mirror, and then hits him in the head with it.
Then whaps him. Yeah, he's going to get 7 years bad luck, too, because he breaks the mirror.
And then the bad guys pull Batman and jump out Bruce Wayne's window.
And Batman's like, "What the hell, man? What? You just got to break the window?" And they're like, "Shut up, Batman. You did it 1,000 times already.
You've broken 1,000,000 windows.
You break everybody's window. We broke yours once. Shut up."
So, I don't understand. So, the bad guys jump out the window, right?
Yeah.
Did Robin open it up so he could climb out?
Yes. Yeah. Well, you don't want to get cut.
I guess.
He definitely did.
The bad guys jump through the window, and then the next panel, it looks like Robin opened the broken window to get out of the window, yeah.
Anyway. Alfred, they tell Alfred to tie the guy up, and then he wonders why they didn't seem to hear to ask them where he lives. But before he ties up the bad guy, he's gonna go check on Dick and Bruce, who should be sleeping, and they're not in those rooms. But the bad guy woke up, and he's gonna come and try and stab Alfred, but Alfred uses a shield to block No, he punches him, doesn't he?
He tries to punch him, and the shield falls off the wall and hits him in the head. Which hit a switch that opened up a secret compartment. That is a bad spot for a switch. Uh-oh.
Especially if the thing's not secured to the wall.
Now, in the previous episode we had, when we saw Alfred seemed very competent. Like, he seemed like he knew what he was doing. In this comic book, it seems like everything he does is by accident.
I disagree with that.
Really? Like, didn't he kick some people's asses and stuff in the last one?
I mean, he hit a couple guys, sure, but he did show up to the docks and immediately get tied up and taken for ransom.
That is true. Okay.
So
maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't think that's true. He's always been kind of incompetent. I think that's what they're going for. Lovable goof.
Accidental, things happen and it works out for him every time.
Yeah, and he's an accidental detective, essentially.
Right.
So do they continue that for Alfred?
I honestly don't know.
Nowadays, Alfred's a badass.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I was going to say in
the newer stuff,
like
Alfred could be Batman if he wanted to be.
So I know they changed the design of this Alfred eventually because in I think in the 50s when the Batman serial came out, they did the sleek Alfred, like the thin Alfred,
the skinny Alfred,
and they changed Alfred to that thing. But I think I don't want to spoil what happens to this Alfred.
Okay.
Yes.
But it's going to be a while away before it happens.
Listen, don't spoil it for me, because I don't know.
I know. That's what I mean. But something hilarious happens to this Alfred, and I don't want to...
Okay.
Anyway, he comes down the stairs and discovers, the bat plane, and he discovers, hey, Bruce and Dick are Batman and Robin.
Figures it out right away. He's like, what the hell? Batplane must be Batman and Robin. Not that Bruce is paying Batman and Robin and he's funding them or something. Like, that could happen, too.
I mean, it is under his house that he's living in.
Yeah, he's funding Batman and Robin. He's a billionaire.
So, a billionaire with a young kid who lives with him who magically showed up while he was getting attacked.
Yeah, your pieces are there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Batman and Robin on a Batmobile chasing the guys. They go to this theater and they're looking for them, but the bad guys are up on a balcony and they use boas to tie them up, and they can't get out of it.
Is that like things that come down in the theater?
No, a boa is like a weapon. It's got two things on the side, and you throw it, and it ties around you.
Oh, yeah, I didn't understand that at all.
So it's a bola.
Whatever, boa. It's what I meant.
No, well, a boa is the feathery thing that people wear, like around their neck.
Hulk Hogan likes to wear a boa sometimes.
Yes. These bolas are the weights, like, that they use to, like, raise and lower the curtains, I thought.
Oh, bolas are weapons, too, though.
Oh.
They can be thrown as... I mean, maybe they are used as weights, but I'm pretty sure
You might be right. I don't know. I thought it was.
Well,
the wings
when
for
they
the
get hit with them,
curtains.
it looks like they're connected to like the ceiling. That's why I didn't know.
Bola, also called bolas in Spanish. I guess, I don't know why.
And bola in German and bola, whatever.
All right, hold on. Bola, also called boles in parentheses Spanish, parentheses Spanish, in double quotation marks, balls. So I guess it means balls.
Okay.
From Bolador, South American Indian weapon primarily used for hunting, consisted of stone balls, usually in a group of 3 attached to long, slender ropes.
So it's heavyweights on the end of ropes. So yes, it could be something that is sitting there to open the curtains too, right?
Yes, but they were originally hunting weapons.
Okay.
Used then mostly in Argentina and Uruguay, apparently, to catch cattle.
Oh.
I just read the description in Google right there. But anyway, they use them to tie up Batman and Robin, and they tie them up and they lift them up the stage. Like, they tie them, they're lifted like 20 feet off the ground.
Right.
And so if they escape, they'll fall to their deaths. And they can't yell because they're gagged. So, yeah, Batman and Robin just got beat up by regular old bad guys.
Yeah, they're like no-name bad guys.
Just so Alfred can come and save them. Because, spoilers, Alfred comes and saves them because he followed them here. But when he gets in the stage, he doesn't see them. And he starts, going through it, because he's also an actor, Alfred. It's still to this day, he's always been a stage play and an actor.
Right.
And he goes through I guess in this version, he's not a great actor. Because Batman and Robin are like, he's terrible. He needs to turn around and look up here. So Batman swings and knocks a rope into his hat, and he turns around and he sees them. And so he gets them down. Meanwhile, at that moment, the thugs are going to the actual guy they meant to rob, the Duke's, and they steal the crown jewels, and they kidnap the Duke because they got to kill him so that the government thinks that he disappeared and that the jewels just vanished, I guess.
Something like that.
So they bring him back to the theater, and they're going to hang him up there with Batman and Robin. But no, Batman and Robin swing down, beat him up. Alfred drops the curtain on one of the bad guys. I guess the curtain was made of heavy wood at that time, because that's what it says. That's why I was able to take him down. I don't know if it's still made of heavy wood.
It's not, but anyway. Like, who makes a curtain out of wood?
I don't know. It says it has a heavy wooden framework. Just telling you what the comic told me.
It must be true. It's in a comic.
So Batman knocks out the guy. They get the crown jewels. They give it back to the Duke, who thanks Alfred for saving the day. And then the following night, they're reading about their accomplishments in the paper. Well, no, they gave the credit to Alfred.
All the credit to Alfred.
Yep, and they're like, yeah, but we have to be careful. I mean, they were like, I guess we don't have to be too worried about Alfred. He can stay, because he's not too bright. And then he walks in with their uniforms and says, hey, I washed your uniforms. And they're like, what? I know you're Batman and
oh, crap.
Yeah, I know you're Batman. They're like, what? No, we're not. And he says, you need to go. The bat signal's out there. And they're like, crap. I guess you know now. Don't tell anybody, Alfred. And he's like, okay, I won't tell anybody. And then they fly off. The end.
So we're just going to trust this guy we don't even know? Is that what's going on there?
I mean, technically, Batman kidnapped the kid and trusted him with his secret.
True. That is true. He kidnapped the kid from, and
the circus.
Told him everything, yeah.
So maybe they'll make him take an oath like they did with Robin down in the dark with a candle and stuff,
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, it's okay.
I didn't hate this one. This one, actually, I was happy to read because the other two were pretty bad.
See, and I thought this was the worst story in the book.
Really? I liked it. Well, see, I was happy to see Alfred. I'm waiting for Alfred.
Well, and that's the thing. I thought it was cool to see Alfred, so I was okay with it, but I thought this was the worst story in the book.
No,
really?
You're wrong. You're way wrong.
I disagree with you, too.
You're so wrong.
You're not appreciating
I'm sorry, Lumpy.
Experience.
I'm sorry, I usually agree with you just so I can argue with TJ, but I disagree with you.
Traitor. You're a traitor. You're a traitor to your country and this podcast. You're a traitor.
I'll buy extra war bonds and stamps just to make sure it's better, okay?
Well, listen, the book was really good. We learned about amnesia. We learned about milk
Which
making
is
strong bones.
Yeah, diamonds.
learned
Milk
about
makes diamond. Diamonds make milk. We learned that.
Right, you can milk jewels out of cows. And we learned about how paper was made.
Yeah, we did. And we learned that the whole process of a Batman comic. We learned that.
And then they just threw Alfred in there. And I'm just, I'm just saying.
I kind of got a feeling though that like the Alfred story is supposed to be a comedy.
Yeah, but we never mentioned that Alfred's dad was named Jarvis.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
I think he's always been named that, honestly.
I think so too, and I think Marvel stole it.
They did,
maybe.
Yeah, I think they liked that Jarvis name. Was like, oh yeah, Jarvis. That's our guy too.
But yeah, I mean, Alfred's origin isn't terrible. I think he's just supposed to be a goofy, and it's a different tone. And I think Batman needs a different tone.
I like the Alfred character in this. I like the Alfred now better.
Oh yeah,
but
way better.
I'm glad they're adding something into this now. We need something. We've had Batman and Robin for so long that Alfred is definitely a welcome
breath of fresh
character.
air.
Yeah, definitely.
It definitely will help them change a little bit of their story stuff. It'll give them something else to go back to.
But if you notice, like, the Batman books have a formula. They give you one major villain each time. They give you a plain boring story. Then they give you a PSA. And then usually the last story is, like, football or something like that. It's something stupid. So
something goofy. Yeah.
So I think adding the comedy with Alfred in there will help the flow of the book.
I like this Alfred. I like the goofy, like, I knocked the shield off the wall and caught the bad guys,
and it knocked this guy out,
Yeah.
Incompetent, success through incompetence, essentially.
Yeah. So this one has their appearances are, here comes Alfred. Batman and Robin. His name's Alfred Beagle. Is that what his name is?
In this, yeah.
Okay.
In this, it is.
So, supporting characters, Alfred Beagle, this is his first appearance. Then we got an antagonist, Manuel Stiletti, a Pablo, and a Thomas. They're all single appearances. Then we got Gaston DeLuc, which is a single appearance, which is another character. And then it says Jarvis Beagle was mentioned only. And then we had the locations were Gotham City and Wayne Manor. Items were Bat Signal, Bat Suit, and then the vehicles were the Bat Plane and the Batmobile.
Yep. I don't know. This isn't the worst Batman issue we've read.
No, absolutely not. We have had some way worse ones than this, but
so I mean, I guess we should be thankful for that.
I can't believe you didn't like the Alfred story, but you're not. You're just jumping into Batman, and you didn't know Alfred, right?
Yeah, see, I don't know Alfred. Like, I have no idea.
I missed Alfred.
It's been a long wait to get there. I'm surprised it took so long for him to show up, actually.
Yeah. I think Batman needs Alfred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I only know Alfred from Batman movies. Like, that's it. It's the only Batman. That's the only Alfred I know.
And it's good to get an adult in there supervising this adult man with this child.
Yes. Lumpy, you need to watch Batman the Animated Series because Alfred's awesome in that too.
Do all three of them sleep in the same bed?
No, Alfred's like, I'm not getting involved in that shit.
If not, I will not get involved.
Listen, you start taking your shirt off, I'm leaving the room. I don't give a crap what you're doing.
All right, can you just tell your joke so I can end this podcast?
It's a good one. You ready for this one?
No, go.
Why would a pig dressed in black never get bullied? Come on. Why would a pig dressed in black never get bullied?
I have no idea.
Because Batman has sworn to protect Gotham. Gotham. Get it? Because it's dressed in black. It's goth. It's a goth pig.